This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So welcome all of you for this complete package of data analytics and reporting session. Here in this batch, okay, there are some people who have taken only Excel and there are some people who are into data analytics and reporting. So what I'll do is first I'll explain about what this data analytics is all about and what all things we'll be having, and then I'll go to this Excel and I'll tell you complete list of topics what we have, how the files will be, how actually we'll explain and how actually you can work. So all these things I'll be explaining you in this session. Okay. First of all, people, let's understand this data analytics and reporting course. I'll show you what all things are included in this. So here, in the entire course, we'll be learning advanced Excel, VBA macros, dashboard designing, automations, reporting techniques, SQL, Power BI, Python programming, and then we have three advanced courses, which is Advanced Excel Pro Plus, VBA Pro Plus, and Tableau courses. So these are the courses which are included in this data analytics and reporting package. We have an app or this website where we have a complete package of all the videos which are available with the live sessions. So why we actually do this is people who register for this data analytics or any other courses, they'll have access for all these courses you can see here. In these courses, apart from these courses in this package, apart from these courses, we also have some interview questions which are taken from various different companies or various different interviews which we have conducted. So all this will be available here, which will help you in preparing for interviews or for applying for job. Okay, so coming to these courses, you can see that I have this advanced Excel which I'll explain now completely because there are many people who wants to take Excel. So I'll explain this. Before that, I'll just explain about what we have in this data analytics package. As I shown you this entire course list here. So this is the say flow what we actually learn. First we learn Excel, then go to macros, then dashboard designing, automations, reporting techniques, and it goes on like this. So if you come to our course list here in our app or in our website, say for example I have this advanced Excel. This is live class where I'll be teaching you practically. So every weekend or say every weekdays, people who have taken weekdays or weekends, so depending on that, you guys will be attending the session. Here I'll show you how actually each courses will be listed. Say here I have this advanced Excel, for example. We have all these topics. For these topics, there are practical files which I'll show you that as well. We start this advanced Excel right from scratch. Say when I say we say scratch, it is not that we'll be teaching you like basics of how to type, making it bold or coloring. That is not what we actually talk about from scratch. We'll talk about understand the data, how to work on the data, or how actually we should get prepared for reportings, the shortcut keys, these kind of things will be there. Along with that, we'll be having all the formulas and things like that. I'll go in depth of it. I'll explain about this in detail little later after explaining about this package. Okay. So there we have so many chapters. For this, we have some practical files as well. So that also I'll be showing you in just few minutes. Okay. Say for every courses in the package what we have the videos, predefined videos which are already available, which will help you in referring. Along with this, we'll be having a live classes as well, which will be teaching you every classes completely with the examples. The same thing we have here also in the videos as well, so that if you miss any class, you can go to this particular chapter and you can see that video as well. Apart from that, you can also take multiple classes as well. Suppose if you miss any classes, you can still request us so that we can arrange a class. People who have registered for live classes. Here we have the Excel materials which have been used for all the sessions what we have used here. Exactly same materials are there which will help you in practicing. Right? I'll come to this in depth in just few minutes after explaining this complete data analytics package, because there are many people here who are taking this data analytics package. Very few have taken this advanced Excel. So for them, I'll explain today advanced Excel. So once you finish this advanced Excel, you'll be moving on to this VBA macros. For every courses, we have the videos loaded here, which will help you in. See here, all the videos are loaded here, and every course what you have, this is complete in depth of it. So whatever you see here, they are all in depth with the materials, which will help you in understanding it very clearly in a very simple way, and you can master it as well. This is for VBA. Then after that, we'll go to this dashboard designing. In this dashboard designing, we have all the dashboarding techniques, reporting techniques, automation techniques. So everything will be there. That is like how to connect from one application to another application, from Excel to export all the reports to PPT or send emails to various people from Outlook. So these kind of things will be learning in this dashboard designing, reporting techniques, and automations. Right. After this, then we'll be moving on to this SQL by using MS Access. So here also we have all the SQL chapters here, wherein we have all the in-depth of all these queries, how to create tables and things like that. Along with that, we have this supporting files. Next, after this, once we understand Excel, once we understand the programming knowledge, then we start creating the dashboards, reportings, and automations. And then after understanding all this SQL, that is the database, then we'll be moving on to this business intelligence using Power BI. So here also we have in depth of complete business intelligence, where you have all the chapters here, and further supporting files also is there. Along with that, we'll be having the live classes as well. Right. After this, you'll be having this Python programming, where you'll be learning a lot of things, how we can program and automate the programs. So for that also, we have all these videos loaded. Along with that, we have the practical files as well. So every course will have this predefined, so videos, pre-recorded videos, which will be given along with the materials for your references. Along with that, we'll have the live classes as well, according to the sessions, whether you are taking weekdays or weekends. Apart from this, now we have also added the advanced courses, that is Advanced Excel Pro Plus, Business Intelligence using Tableau, and VBA Macro Pro Plus as well. In the new batch, whatever now year afterwards, we have this. This is the first batch what we're actually doing, along with these extra courses as well. For this also, you'll have the videos. All the videos will be there. Along with this, we have this practical files. Okay, this is for Advanced Excel Pro Plus. Then we have this Tableau, where we have all the Tableau classes here. Okay, and then we have the VBA Pro Plus, which is more advanced than what we have this VBA Macro. So all these chapters will be there. All right, but when you say here, we have this live classes, where we'll have the live interaction and we'll have the classes. But these three courses will be blended. When I say blended, so here we'll have the videos, and weekly once you'll have the sessions for these courses. That is, you'll have the any doubts you have in any of these chapters, you can go ahead and you can ask us. So weekly one class will be there, you can clarify the doubts. So this is the entire package of data analytics and reporting. I can send you this link. You can go through this entire link so that you can have one complete glance of it, so that you can plan your packages as well. Okay, right. Now let me come back to this Excel, because most of the people are into Excel, and this course, whatever we have, that is for Excel. So this this course, or say this batch, is for Excel. People who are finishing Excel, then they will drop out, and again people who have taken data analytics, they'll continue with the same batch. Okay, so let me explain more about this Excel now. I'll go to this course. Here we have all the chapters mentioned here. Along with that, I'll also show you the practical files here. All these chapters, whatever you see here, the same examples are here, and this also is available here. You can see that Excel training material, which will help you in understanding and working on the practicals. Okay, right. Now First thing is the entire class, whatever is there, the entire session or the entire course of the batch will be practicals. When I say practicals, we'll start from scratch is what I mentioned. So we'll start from scratch in the sense we'll make you understand what is analytics, how the data should be, what actually we should make sure that to create a nice reports very quickly. So what all things I should actually, plan. So if you go here and see, first we'll go with the introduction, then principles of the spreadsheets, and then screen layout, and then we'll start with auto list and custom list, which from here itself will be starting the, the creating of the reports. Okay, in a very simple way. So all this basic of reportings will start from here. So if you see this files, so if you see here, I'll show you the files as well. Every files are made such a way that it is very easy for you to understand and then work on it. Say for example, if you go to this Excel file, let's say here you can see this chapter auto list and custom list. So here what we have done is we have kept some files separately so that it will be easy for anyone who can use these files and work. Say I have some files like this which will be sharing, this file will be shared with you, wherein we'll explain this how to work on this, and then you can also work with the same file using the videos or say watching the videos. Okay, right. So every chapter will have the practical files like this. Say for example, now I have this copy paste special. Now people think that paste special is what, say control C and control V, but in analytics we have various different ways of copying the data from different sources and pasting. So for that we have all the examples here, different examples, and every examples you see here, okay, this is what we have worked in the industry, because we are not just trainers. So we are the professionals who have worked in the industry for almost 15 years, and then we are teaching this, all the challenges, all the practical things, all the project work what we have done. So from that we have pulled some examples, and then we have created this complete package or say this syllabus. Okay, right. Now let me walk you through some more examples here. After this, we'll be also teaching you how to actually format the data. Why? Because when you say you're an analyst or you're working on some reportings, you're learning this Excel for some analysis and reportings, you should be also aware of how to present your data. So for that we have one example here where we have some raw data which will be sharing it with you. This raw data will tell you how easily you can format, how easily you can arrange the data, which will help you in understanding the data and presenting it. Because how much ever you work on data, how big or say how complex formulas you write, finally the output what we actually give it to the client, that matters with the presentable reports. So for this we have some simple data, how actually we can make that beautify and convert that into a presentable reports, which will help as an analyst or say a reporting specialist to present your data to your manager or to your client. Okay, this is very important. So these things will be explained in this chapter. And again, as I mentioned, so if you go to this thing, see, everything is exactly same thing. But after that we have this formulas. From here, say references till this 7th chapter, say references, formulas, different type of errors and formula auditing, and this one, this is completely meant for formulas. Right from scratch, right from beginning, how actually we should start writing the formula with static way, dynamic way. Okay, why? Because when I'm actually writing a formula, people actually think that just say equals and type some values, they'll finish the formula. It's not like that. There are few things which you should understand right from beginning. Say I have something called as references, which is very important. Most of them actually don't bother about it, but what we actually do is we'll start from scratch, because since I have led many teams, I know how actually the formulas has to be written. Okay, so I don't want anyone to just have some say what is that formulas in a static way. It should be very dynamic. It should be so dynamic that you don't have to again and again go and change the formulas. You just change one data that should actually reflect in the results instead of changing the formulas. Okay, So here I'll be explaining about all the different type of references what we do, which is the first step of your formula. So for this, we have some files as well, which I've taken it from the real-time examples. So these examples also I'll be explaining you so that it will become easy for you to work on it. And every chapters, as I mentioned, is very neatly formatted, which will make you feel like working with the explanation what I've given. So it will be similar thing which you also have the same files and which I'll also be explaining. You can work on it, you can understand it completely. Okay, right. So this is about the cell references. And don't get confused. I'm just explaining what we'll be learning. I'm not teaching you anything now. Just I'm explaining what we'll be learning. And coming to these formulas, so what we have done is, so I've seen, the many places where people actually get confused of which formula I should work and which formula I should learn, how I should actually remember the formula. So for that, what we have done is we have categorized this formula such a way that it should become very easy for anyone to remember and implement. It should not be just they are working on it. So it should be like you have to remember, you have to implement it, and also plan such a way that the formulas, whatever formulas I need to apply for the data, the appropriate or say the required formulas to be applied. So here, if you see, I have some functions. That is, we start with basic functions. So for every files, as I mentioned, it is very neatly formatted. See here. Okay, if you see here, we have these formulas along with that function names will be available so that you can practice this such a way that you don't forget things. See here, I want to work on minimum, maximum. So all these are very neatly given on top itself so that it will be very easy for you to work. Say, I don't want to people go and keep on studying. Say, I'll give some PDF and you study that, and again, you just try to by heart it. I don't want that because all these courses, all these subjects are meant for practically working. So for that, we thought that this will be more appropriate where people can, easily go and see these options and they can work on this. For this, we'll be explaining this completely so that you can see the videos and also you can work along with this. So you don't have to go and keep on reading some PDFs or books. This will be more easy for you to practice and remember for every chapters. Okay, it will be like this. Say for example, if you go to this conditional formulas, so for every chapters we have these kind of practical files which will help you in remembering and working on the files. So all these are examples which we have pulled from the challenges and the work what we have done. Okay, right. Say for example, I want to work on lookup function. So for that also we have this formulas very neatly, given with the examples here, so that people can feel it that any functions which they actually have thought it is complex, we make it more easy to work. Okay, right. So after this formulas, then we have this different type of errors what we get. So why this chapter, I'll tell you. Many people actually, when they are learning or even if they are experts, they might get the errors. So people panic saying that, okay, I'm writing some formula, I'm getting some errors, so there is some problem. So what should we do? So the errors will come not only for beginners, it will appear or say it will actually come for the experts as well, because errors can happen because of the wrong function name, or it can be because of the data or many other reasons. So you should know why the errors are coming. So for that reason, we actually have taken this chapter so that people should feel that, okay, this error is coming for some reason, and we want to show you that why these errors appear so that you can actually plan, you can actually go and correct or rectify that errors. So all the various different errors will be taught here so that next time when you're actually working on any formulas, if you get any of these errors, so you don't have to panic, you can go and you can rectify by yourself. The intention is people should feel that yes, if the error comes, I know how to handle it. So this actually builds more confidence in any of the individuals, even if they are beginners. So for that reason, this chapter we have taken so that people should feel that I'm not bothered about errors. If the error comes, yes, I know how to handle it. Okay. So after this, we have something called as formula auditing. So here what will happen is I wrote a formula, I got an error, I corrected it. But this errors what I showed, these are all some errors which appears because of the data or because of the wrong function name or something. But there are sometimes you will not get error at all. Say for example, 1 plus 1, if it is giving 3, then that is, it is not showing any error there, but that is logical errors, which it is very difficult for us to find. So for that reason, we have this chapter which is called as formula auditing. Say we are auditing the formula to check the result what I'm getting, whether it is right or wrong. Okay, so here we have some examples wherein we teach you how to check whether the formula what you have written is giving the right result or not. If you see here, I'm not getting any errors. But if you see, just an example, I'm getting this minus 18%. Nowhere it is showing it as error, but I'm getting some results. So whether it is right or wrong, whether I'm referring it properly, we'll go to this formula, simple ones, say trace precedence. You can see that I can check something here. So this is for auditing. So these kind of things we actually teach. It's not that always Excel means just write the formula, get the results. We have to check why there is an error here. If I get the error, what should I do? Whether the result what I got is right or wrong. Because we are here to become an analyst, the reporting specialist, create some MIS reportings. In that case, we have to handle these kind of things. Though it looks very simple, though it is very, say a thing which people will ignore, but when it comes to reporting, we cannot ignore anything, especially when it comes to numbers. Okay, so for these kind of things we actually teach here so that you guys can easily understand. Okay, then we have something called as go to special, which will help us in selecting the data. So what is go to special? Say for example, I am having some data where immediately I'll get some blank values. Say for example, I have some blank values here. So I need to select all the blank values. Manually, I cannot do it. So for me, especially when I'm training, I want my students to be like experts such a way that they should not have any manual work, much of manual work. Some people actually go here, say if you want to select all the blank values, they'll select this like this. All this manually they'll do. Never do this. There are so many easy options. I'll show you how to do that. See, so quickly we can do. Don't worry, I'll teach you how to do this. I'm just showing you. I'll go here, I'll say blanks. See, all the blanks are selected. I'll highlight this. That's all. This is how we should learn the Excel. Okay, why? Because when I say Excel, people only think that okay, there are some sheets, I'll just write some formulas, that's all over. That is not the thing. So many hidden things, so many tips, so many tricks I'll be teaching in every chapter. There are so many examples like this. Okay, all right, next. After this, then we'll come to some reporting techniques where we have to sort the data, we have to filter the data. Again, here we have so many different options where you'll be learning how to sort the data, not just only by the data, that is numbers, text or dates. I'll also be telling you how we can actually sort the data by colors or by rows, or sometimes if you just think about sorting, people think that highest to lowest or lowest to highest, ascending or descending order. There are some situations, even if you want to sort the data, see here, I have the data here, which is not in ascending, not in descending order. Now, if you want to sort the data or say my table in this format, in this order, people actually think that we cannot do it. They'll start doing arranging this manually. I'll just show you one simple example to tell you that how simple Excel it is if you explore it and learn from a person who is really a good trainer. Okay, see now I have one list here. Okay, this is how I have to sort. I'm just telling you an example, that's all, how simple Excel is. I'll go here. I may be quick, but this will be taught in depth when you come to that particular chapter. Okay, I'll say import. Already there is one import here. Now you just see I have the data here. I'll select, I'll say sort, go to this sort, and then I will select the row. Here I'll say custom list, select that list, say okay. See, the data is sorted not by ascending, not by descending, but by the order what we wanted here, like this. See, So there are things like this. See, within few seconds we can do this, but you should explore it. You should. I'm not telling that you don't know Excel. Everyone knows Excel. Only thing is they would have not explored it. That's all. They would have not got that chance. Okay. So like this, there are so many hidden things which I will be sharing it with you. All the experience what I had, all the challenges what I have faced, all this I have put in this particular course. Then filtering techniques, you know that how to filter. Say I can filter the numbers, I can filter the date. In this, I'll also tell you how we can actually filter by colors. Okay. And suppose if you want to get the total, now many of them actually, let me show you this as well. I'll say sum of this. This is what we do. We'll get the total. We'll get the total here. But when I apply the filter, we know how to apply the filter. Very simple. Go to this data and I'll say filter. And if I go here and if I filter the data, let's say I'll take this east. See, still I'll get the same code. But I want the total for the filtered data. What should I do? Say equals subtotal, and then I'll say sum, comma. Okay, I'm seeing. I'm getting some total here. Now I'll filter the data. Let's say filter, and here we'll say east. See, now I'm getting this filtered total. So there are many things like this. See, you can see that all very simple ones. Okay, so these kind of things you should actually learn. I always tell people that Excel shouldn't be just learning some formulas and say some templates, just give it. It's not like that. There are so many hidden things in this. Next, we have this conditional formatting. This is very important. Here I'll be teaching you how to format by conditionally simple ones as well as the advanced ones. I'll show you one very simple one also. I'm just showing you some simple examples which makes you more interesting in learning this. See, this one table wherein we can format this depending on the numbers, or I want to highlight all the unique values, or if I have a total, how to create that, something like a chart, things like that. Now, this is one simple thing which some of you might be knowing and some of you might not know. I'll show you one more advanced thing here. What all things we can do here? Say I have one table here, very simple table. Some people actually, they think that, say I want to create one dashboard where I need to highlight the selected one. See here how quickly we can do. I will just put this here. I'll remove duplicates. Say I have some unique value here. I will create one validation here, data validation list. I'll tell you what I'm actually doing here. Say I have one list of, let me share this. Okay, so just observe, I'll select state one. If I select state one should be highlighted. If you ask anyone, or say I've seen many people, I've given this question also to some people for interviews as well. They'll start writing macros for this or programming for this. Nothing you have to do. See, very simple. Just select this. I'm just selecting this. Go to this conditional formatting and say new rule. Here I have the formula. See the formula equals this value equals this value. Okay, now I'll highlight by filling this color. See, see, this is how we can do. So very simple. But if you see this, if you actually give this kind of templates to your manager or a client or someone who is working, this looks very nice actually. You're just highlighting without any program, within few seconds, forget minutes, you can do this. So these kind of things you'll be learning in this Excel. So this is what the reporting should be. Excuse me. Then comes number formatting. Number formatting, again, it is actually used for formatting your values. Say have some date in numbers or percentage. So here I want to highlight the percentage. Change this to percentage. Say I'll go here, just change this to percentage, done, over. But if you go to this sales, assume that I want the negative number to be in brackets and red color. Now if it is like negative number, I'll get this red color. What if I want to do the same thing for percentage as well? If you go here, the percentage, see, I don't have any option. See how simple it is to do that. I want to change the color if it is minus. That is a negative percentage. I don't have predefined option for sales. I have, see, that also we can do. How? Very simple. Just go here. There is one custom option. Say, copy this, make it red, and put that inside bracket. That's all. See? Over. See, it's not about how advanced it is. Nothing is advanced. Okay, I'll talk about that later. Nothing is advanced, everything is simple. Only things you have to explore. And it all depends on the trainer how actually he makes the things simple. It's always depend on the trainer. Right, then we have this data tools. These are very important for people who are working more on data. So here in Excel itself, we have various different things, okay, which we can consolidate the data from various different sheets. We have something called as flash fill. This flash fill, though it is very simple option, but it's very useful thing. Let me just tell you what it is. I want the first name here. I've seen people start writing the say macros, or they'll write formulas, or they'll say we can use text to columns, or so many things. I'll just show you how simple it is. Just type the first name, that's all. Now you just observe what I'll do. I'll go here, data, flash fill. That's all. I'll get all the first name. Now once I've applied this, I want the second name. See, that's okay. It is such simple. Now if you want to have one complete statement, say James Kirk has done sales of 160 in region west. See, if you want to do this, people actually use concatenation formula or say ampersand or so many things. See, anything you can do here, very simple way. Okay, so these kind of things I'll teach you. Apart from this, there are so many things as well. I'll be teaching that as well. Okay, right. Next, after this, we have this text to columns. Suppose if you have data like this, just observe this data. People actually get panicked thinking that, oh, what is this data? See here, I have some data which you might feel, it's very jumbled. Let me show you one more set of data. See, we'll not understand what actually it is. How to convert this into Excel file? How to get this data into Excel file? See, very simple actually. Nothing I'll do. I'll just take this file, drag and drop. That's I got the data into Excel. Now I'll say data, text to columns, next, and I'll say comma, finish. See, it gets converted. Simple, very simple actually. This, if you think it is very advanced, this is not advanced. Nothing is advanced. Everything you have to practice. Okay, right. After this, we'll come to this data validation. Validations are very, very important because I have the data. When I enter the data, I should enter only valid information. It should not be invalid. So this chapter talks about how to validate the data so that you will not enter any invalid data. So this one is actually for the template creations, where I'll be having some template and will not allow people to enter invalid data. Say for example, I have this age. In age, what if someone enters like this? What if someone enter like this? This is wrong. Or age, it should be number. That doesn't mean that people will go here and type 1000, 10,000 something. Okay. So how to avoid this? So this will be learning here. The next you'll be learning about this comments and printing techniques. We'll keep it. This is like just a very simple chapter. I'll just show you what actually it is. Say we have something called as comments. See here, if I move my cursor here, you can see, something like an e-commerce website. We have this. So like this, you can explain. Say HRs will have all the employees. So you can have all the photos here, or say images here. When I move my cursor here, they can get their employee photos here. Or I have some product to sell, so I can put my products here so that it will be easy for me to show that image as well, instead of wasting a lot of space. So these kind of things will be learning here. Then after that, we have this charts and graphs, where you'll be learning not only just simple charts, but also I'll be teaching you how to have this interactive charts or dynamic charts or conditional formatting in charts. Say for example, we have seen column chart, line chart, and things like that. But just observe this chart. I have some chart here. Here, if the value is less than 500, it should be blue color. Say here, I have the value 1000. I'll make it as 400. Now this product 7 is actually a red color. If I change this, see, that becomes blue color. For this, people actually think that this is something very advanced. We have done some program or something. Nothing. There is some table here hidden. Okay. Simple if statement we have used. Simple if formula we have used, which will help you in doing this. So these kind of dynamic charts, which can be done within just 1 or 2 minutes, this I'll be teaching you. Okay. In this chapter, you'll be learning not just simple say column chart or something, because people here who are joining this, or who have already joined, they have joined this batch for working on reports, not just learn some simple Excel and go. Okay, just closing this file 1 minute. Let me show you one more chart. So I have this dynamic chart. Right, you just observe, I have one chart here. I want to show all the quarter value. I'm just showing this. If you go and click on the second quarter, see, third quarter, fourth quarter, first quarter. What are we doing? Nothing. It's just a simple column chart. But what are we doing? Just trying and keeping some dummy values here, which will help us in creating these kind of impressions. So these kind of things, if you put in your template or dashboard, that will be more meaningful. Okay, so you should actually work on these kind of things. This will not take more than 1 or 2 minutes if you understand how to do it. That I'll be teaching you. Okay, the next interactive charts, how to use this. This is again a very simple one. So here I have some variables to show here, or say some entities to show. Say I want to show the profit percentage as well. See, I have the checkbox here. See, I don't want the sales to be shown, only profit and profit percentage. See, no program is written here. Again, there is one table which we have here. See, just a formula, simple if conditions. This is what you should actually work. This is what you should actually learn. Because when I say MIS reporting, it's not that always take some data, create some chart and show. Some interactive charts, or some dynamic charts are also to be shown, which will make the user also feel very nice. Okay, then we'll be learning about pivot table. Pivot table, it's not that just one simple pivot table I'll be showing. So you'll also be learning something advanced options what we have now. That is, we have something called as a relationship. We can create the pivot table from various different sheets also now. See, I have so many different sheets here. From these different sheets, how to connect and then create the pivot tables reports. That also you'll be learning in this. Okay, so this is what we'll be having in this Excel. As I mentioned, when I say advanced Excel, for me, what I feel is there is nothing called as advanced. So unless and until you explore that, everything looks advanced. But once you start learning, everything looks very basic. I showed you a few examples which actually people feel that it's very advanced, but we can do that in just few seconds or a few minutes. So we cannot call this as advanced. What I'm telling is there is nothing called as advanced basic or intermediate. It is just that you have to explore that. Once you start exploring, everything will become easy, everything will become simple, and you can work on that like what others also do. So whatever you call experts, now, if you see this, I did few things very quickly. It's not that I just learned that in 1 or 2 days. I'm working on this from last 15 years, so it is very easy for me. You would have seen this in last 15 minutes, so for that it will be like surprising. But after you practice, I'll tell you, you also can become an expert. So it's not difficult to become an expert. Only thing is it's your effort, the dedication, and the interest is what is required, and the confidence of understanding the data and creating the report. So this is what we'll be having in the Excel. For people who are into this data analytics, I've already shown you. I'll be sharing this link also with you people. Go through this link. So this is the entire syllabus what we have here. And for this, from this batch, not for this batch, from this batch, we'll also be having the extra courses. That is, all these days we had this optional. So we used to register for this separately and we used to charge that. But now we have these 3 courses also included in the data analytics with the same price, okay, which is completely advanced. This is Pro Plus, and here we have this Tableau course as well, and VBA Macros Pro Plus as well. Along with that, you have this interview questions as well. You can also go through this completely, and then you can get back to me if you have any questions, anything, okay. But people who have registered, you'll be having the class from tomorrow. I'll be starting with complete the practical class from scratch, not telling basics, from scratch, how to understand the Excel application, how actually we should start working on it. So everything will be there. I'll be starting from scratch from here, and we'll go on working on it. Okay, right. So I'll just stop here. So if you have any questions, please ask me. I will answer.